Welcome back to Average Guy DIY. Today is part 3 of the solar panel installation. Stay tuned. First things first, we decided not to install the solar panels on the roof of the garage, just because it would make maintenance difficult and it would also be hard to access. But we did find this nice spot in between the garage and the shed. It's a rock that catches a lot of sun, and we decided this would be a good place to do the installation. So the first thing we did is we had to find a good spot for a mount. We also used a PVC 2x4 that we had lying around the shed. I really like this material. It's really good because it flexes really well around the shape of things. So what we're doing is we're looking for the best spots to drill our 4 anchor bolts that will hold the PVC in place so that we can attach our stringers. You can see that this is a good spot because this rock always catches sun all the way from morning until evening. I'm not a specialist when it comes to drilling into rock, but we decided to give it a try. We rented the Bosch hammer drill from Home Depot. The anchor bolts we are using are the exact same anchor bolts we used to hammer into the concrete when building the garage. They are 1/2-inch anchor bolts, followed up with a 1/2-inch hammer drill bit. Then we got to have some fun. The hammer drill does exactly what the name says it does, and it worked extremely well. Once you're done drilling the hole, you just insert your anchor bolt and give it a few taps with the hammer. After we got the first one done and it worked out well, we continued to drill the rest of the 3 anchor bolt holes. You'll notice when I'm hammering in these anchor bolts, I have the bolt at the very end so I don't damage the head of the anchor bolt. Once all the anchor bolts were in place, we had to drill the corresponding holes into the PVC 2x4. You'll notice this material is extremely easy to drill through. Once the first anchor bolt was bolted in place, I continued to line up all the other anchor bolts to make the mark for the drill holes. I was actually gone out. This is actually my dad doing this part, but we do look alike. Some of the rock was protruding out and it was getting in our way, so we had to chisel it down a bit. Once it was all fitted properly, we just had to do one final cut to get it the proper size. Now we bolted the PVC up for good and we are ready to add our stringers. The next part is us adding our stringers, but for some reason we lost the footage. It looks like we thought the camera was rolling and it wasn't, So we're just going to skip ahead straight to installing the panels into the proper places. So first off, these stringers are treated 2x4 and they're screwed in at the top with deck screws. Having the wood treated makes it weather resistant, and using the deck screws is so the deck screws won't rust. You'll also notice we laid the 2x4s flat instead of upright. The reason why we did this is so that we have more surface area to screw the solar panels on. Now we do know that they will flex over time, and that's why in the next clip here you'll see us adding some supports. We also drilled holes in the bottom of each of these 2x4s so that we can stake them to the ground with rebar. Then lastly, we put some angle braces in, and this will just protect it from any windstorms that we might have. And that's all for now. We will be continuing with part 4 of this series, and it will be just the final step, which is the wiring. If this video was helpful and you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks so much and enjoy your day.